trader to Tech Trader. Tuesday, the 2nd of April. These are the charts of the day. Well, it wasn't a turnaround Tuesday, it was a turn down Tuesday, and the market really got smacked. Technicals weren't bad. There's still a lot of stocks we followed did well. Let's take a look at some of them. ACB in the marijuana section, along with CGC making a move here. Take a look at the last couple of weeks. It's gone from about 290 to today's high at 548, and it looks like it's still trending. Although, and just look, it just got above resistance here. My next target has to be the gap fill about 6 1/4 or a half area. If we jump to CGC, you'll see a very strong pattern as well. A run that took it, exploded it from 277 to as high as 1013 before the pullback tested 7 1/4. Now the bounce today, back up another 80 cents or so at 10%. If it backs and fills in this area, that's fine. What I'm looking for is an extension to get this into the 12 range. AINC with an explosive move out of a downtrend today, trading a mere 24.5 million shares and jumping 114%. Strong surge near the highs of the day. I'm not going to be surprised if it gets to 6 or 6.5. AISP popped last month, pulled back down to the falling wedge. Yesterday popped out. We showed you that in the charts of the day. Today was a nice follow through, up another $1.10 or 13.5%. Buying a little bit better, 2.8 million. I like the way this looks for a potential move back up to the 13-14 zone. Careful though. ALAR continuing to show a very, very impressive chart pattern, rising patterns with coils, flags, and another flag broke out today as it popped 323 or 15%. Mine was 360,000. It's a 10 stock. It's software. We might see the stock get into the 29-30 range. CGC, we showed you. DTSS, take a look at this. Maybe popping out of the apex of a large coil. If it gets up through, and this is going to be important, keep an eye on this tomorrow over 980. If 980 comes with volume, you might see 13 or better. GSI popped out of a coil today and spiked from 335 to 519, trading after hours 450 at 108, 31%. And the volume is heavy for this stock, the heaviest we've ever seen, going back to May of last year. A base, a breakout, a wedge, and a pop. There is resistance now and a target around 5 1/4. We get through that, 7. MESO, what a move in the last week. It's gone literally from 2 to 7.5. And even though it backed off this morning, it got into the gap and reversed, closing up on the day, 51 cents. If this gets through yesterday's high, through 736, you might see 9.5. Very strong pattern. And next, talking about very strong, 7 days in a row, NXL exploded out of the base and just kept going. From about the 50-cent range, it made it up to 340 today, finishing or trading at 279 after hours. That was still up 89 cents or 47%. Mine was a hefty 9.3 million. Might be short-term extended. It's at the prior high. Careful on this one. Rig came out of a beautiful downtrend and has stretched it out. After breaking out around 5 1/4, it's now trading. It got up to 679 today. There is some resistance right there. So I expect this stock to back and fill, but if it sets up, it may be a good run to 8 or 9. RNA has been spectacular. It's been a tech trader swing for weeks now. The stock has gone literally from the October low when it was trading at 484 to today's high near 27. It closed was 2680, was up 40 cents. That's just 1.5%, not a lot. But when you look at the extension and momentum on this stock, I can see 30, I can see 33. SGHT after hours with a strong, spectacular spike, blows out 518 to 858. Currently 671. We got to watch this one tomorrow for a extension. It should, or if it gets through the highs today, you might see a move into the 10, 11, 12 zone. SIGA broke out of a base last week, 2 weeks ago, pulled back for a couple of days, and now it's running again. My target now is near 11. Wow. VERI is very good with a strike up, a sharp surge up, I should say, from 165 to almost 7. And that in just 2 weeks. Now the pullback reversal day today. A retest of 7 is warranted. 8 and 9 are next potentially. VTSI spiked on 3 million shares, which is a lot for that. Took out a double top. Is now at the highest level ever seen on this stock. For me now, up and move into the mid-teens, maybe high teens potential. Vvpr was the monster of the midway today as it exploded from 145 to 775, five-fold increase. Trading 559 after hours, up 411. That's a 283% gain. 121 million shares of trade, 133 traded, and the stock closed at the upper end of the range. Let's see if it can retest tomorrow around the 8 range. If it gets through, 11 is your target. And finally, XTIA also spiked for 2 days now. It's gone from 172 to 467 in a day and a half before reaching declining top line and moving average resistance. Also, lateral resistance here, and then a pullback. If it gets any follow-through, we're looking at 6 or 7. This could be interesting too. And that's it for tonight. A review of some of the very hot stocks at thetechtrader.com. Good night, everybody.